Hello there. I thought I would tell you a little bit about my trip to Bora Bora. As you can see, I'm still in Bora Bora, because why would I do this at home when I could do this in Bora Bora? Floor. My floor. Look at my floor. Is that not amazing? How incredible is that? So let me tell you about my trip. The air travel was a long night, let me tell you. We got to LAX, gosh, what time? We got there around 8:30 p.m. Our flight was at 11:45, and you know what? We weren't really there too early. It took that much time. We didn't have a lot of time to kill. By the time we got through checking our luggage and going through TSA, we got on the plane just in time to take a Valium and go to sleep. It is an 8-hour flight. We were very fortunate in that we booked a flight that was at 11:45 p.m. So we got to sleep all night, and then we arrived in Tahiti. The first thing we did was disembark our Air France flight on the tarmac and then head over to customs. Where we got to wait in long lines, as is traditional customs when one travels. We then made our way back across the tarmac and got on our plane to Bora Bora. So far, so good. It was a long night, but not especially taxing. I've had worse travel days. After our plane landed in Bora Bora, we then had to take a boat ride to our hotel, which was really fun. You had this whole sense of excitement sort of building as you got off the plane and you're looking around and it's all foreign and exotic, and then you get on this boat with a bunch of strangers. It was just an exhilarating boat ride. Little worried about seasickness, had none of that. The waters are not, it's not like you're on open ocean water. It's all protected and very, very flat, which is why the water here looks like a swimming pool. Everywhere you look, it's amazing. It blows your mind. We stayed at Le Meridien in Bora Bora, and we had the luxurious Overwater bungalow. The hotel property is amazing. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I have not been to the other resorts in Bora Bora, so I can't compare them, but this is absolutely paradise. There are a couple of swimming pools. Took a quick dip in the swimming pool, but that was about it. For the most part, we stayed to our room. When I say to our room, I mean outside in the water on rafts. And that was one of the things that I read on TripAdvisor. I read that if you're going to Bora Bora and you're getting an overwater bungalow, that you should definitely bring a couple of blow-up rafts. And that was some of the best advice I got. We enjoyed the heck out of those rafts. The room is absolute paradise. You come walking in the front door, and the first thing you notice is the beautiful bed that is covered with these wonderful netting that is such an exotic feeling. And it's such a fun feeling to be in bed and to pull the curtains and to feel all cocooned. I know they exist because of insects. We didn't really have a problem with insects, but maybe at other times of year, there may be more of a problem. So comfortable, I could easily live here. Well, obviously it's bigger than my apartment, so there's that. You've got this amazing floor, which is open to the ocean. We left the lights on at night So it was sort of like living in an aquarium. You could see the water reflecting all over the place. We have a beautiful bathtub. And with the bathtub, you can open up the windows and you can look out through the louvers at this amazing, beautiful scenery, which I'm zoning out right now because instead of looking at you in the camera, I'm actually looking at this beautiful, amazing scenery. There are a lot of activities that you can do in Bora Bora on vacation. You can go snorkeling, you can go parasailing, you can go on the jet ski, you can go on various excursions, all sorts of excursions, and we did really very little of that. We thought the jet ski might be fun, but it wasn't going to be like we could just rent a couple of jet skis and go off for an hour and have fun. No, it was very expensive and guided. And we didn't really want to go on a guided jet ski trip. We just kind of wanted to have fun together. So we skipped that. We did go snorkeling. We found a wonderful little island. We were able to just wade across the water. We just waded across, and there we were on our own little island, and it was absolute paradise. There was nobody else there. We were just on this little island with our snorkeling equipment, and we had the best time that day just playing. Did we see sharks and incredibly exotic fish? No. You can do that. There are plenty of opportunities, plenty of excursions where you can go and swim with the sharks. You can swim in, really perfect areas, and that is awesome. And if we were here for 2 weeks, we might have done that. But in the time that we had, we were very pleased with just going off on our own and finding a little island and playing in the water and swimming around and just feeling free and relaxing and being on vacation. We took 1 day trip into the town of, and I do not know how to say this properly, Vatape? Somebody's gonna correct me and they will be right and I am wrong. So I will, here's the spelling right here. We went into town because we just wanted to see what the town was. And they told us, the concierge said, it's very small. It's just a few little tourist shops, a few little souvenir shops, and a couple of restaurants. And we said, great, that's fine. That's really all I expect. One of the things we noticed in Bora Bora was how expensive everything is. So if you're a person who's trying to save money and you want to go to a grocery store and buy some supplies for yourself, you can do it, but everything is being imported, so it's all very, very expensive. But depends on how you like to travel. If you have forgotten to get a raft before coming to Bora Bora, you can obtain them there as well. But again, they're going to be double the price what you pay in the US. Same with alcohol. Cocktails at the resort run about $22 each. You can buy a bottle of hard alcohol for about $50 in Baitape, or you can bring your own from home. One of the things that we noticed when we planned our trip and we started flipping out about this was we started reading the weather reports, and we kept seeing thunderstorms every day. And we were like, oh no, we picked the wrong time to go on our vacation. It's going to be raining the whole time. And if you are planning a trip to Bora Bora and you see thunderstorms every day, relax. It's okay. Yeah, it rained. But there were a couple of times it came down hard and it was nice to be inside, but mostly that was at night, once during the day. Sometimes it sprinkled during the day, but it was still 80 degrees. We laid out in our swimsuits on our rafts while it was raining, and it was absolute heaven. So don't worry about the rain. They do provide you with an umbrella in the room. So one night when we got dressed up and went out to eat at the restaurant here, we did need the umbrella. We brought a couple of rain jackets, which came in handy and never really needed them, but it didn't take up a lot of room in our luggage for that sort of assurance. Here's a bunch of things that I think are important if you are going to Bora Bora. This is for women because my channel is a beauty channel. Attire, definitely warm weather, definitely humid weather. Accept the natural texture of your hair, because that's what you're gonna have. Just plan on having it in a ponytail or a bun or very relaxed most of the time. Makeup, you can leave most of it at home. I really found that makeup felt artificial. It really don't plan on bringing any makeup. Maybe I did use a little bit of cosmetics because, well, I'm me after all. And what I ended up using was my Color Science sunscreen, my Color Science powdered sunscreen. I actually used a lot of Color Science. It's always been one of my favorite sun care products. I just used a little bit of dark brown eyeshadow. I didn't use any eye pencils. I felt like in this humidity, they were just gonna drip off of me. I wore mascara one day. I decided it felt weird. I didn't like it. It didn't seem to come all the way off. It was a waterproof. Skipped the mascara. The eyebrows were microbladed. That made my life really awesome. I wore a tinted lip gloss and put on just a little bit of dark brown eyeshadow, just smudged it right along the lash line, and that was my makeup. That was all I needed every day, and it felt like plenty. I didn't need more than that. Clothing wise, I tended to go with a lot of flowy bohemian dresses, wore a lot of maxi dresses, a lot of, as you can see, just sort of swimsuit cover-ups and flat shoes. I brought no heels. The one time I saw a woman wearing high heels, she looked very uncomfortable, and they were only like this big. So leave your high heels at home. Wear soft, flowy dresses. I brought 2 pairs of shorts. I wore neither of them. I was much more comfortable in a swimsuit and a flowy dress. And all of the women around were wearing sort of boho chic, flowy, flimsy dresses. So that is the look if you were planning on coming to Bora Bora. every vacation you go on, you always want to buy yourself a souvenir, and you want to buy souvenirs for others. The souvenir that I want to bring home from Bora Bora is a Tahitian pearl. I did a little tiny bit of preliminary pearl shopping in the town I can't pronounce, Vitape, and then got a bit of an education about pearls here at the hotel at Le Meridien. Tomorrow I am going to Tahiti, and that is where I'm going to do my pearl shopping. I was gifted last night with these beautiful Tahitian pearl earrings from somebody who I love very much, and they are amazing. Look at them. So that is my main souvenir that I want to get. I was really happy to get that lesson in pearls and how they assign the value to them, because I know nothing about pearls. We've got a little boat right now, so this sound is going to sound terrible, and there you have it. Pearl shopping. The other things in Tahiti are they do wood carvings. I'm not particularly into wood carvings, so that is not something I plan on bringing home, plus sort of heavy. I am going to look for gifts for friends and family. Tahiti is known for its vanilla, and I have a number of friends who do enjoy cooking and certainly enjoy eating, so there may be some Tahitian vanilla coming their way. I will definitely come back to Bora Bora if it's at all possible. Okay, so we're sitting around doing a little day drinking, laying out on our rafts and going, how do we top this? How do we top this? And I thought about it, and the only way for me to top this trip to Bora Bora would be to come back to Bora Bora and do 3 days here at Le Meridien, 3 days at the St. Regis, and 3 days at Four Seasons, and see how they compare, how they compare with one another, and then I'll be able to tell you which is the very best resort in Bora Bora. So yes, I definitely plan on coming back. Maybe not for a little while, but I'll be back. As we were getting closer to our trip, we started really thinking about what do we need to bring. And I went on TripAdvisor and I read a lot of things. And I brought a lot of things based on suggestions. Some of them were keepers, some of them were not. Because I was looking around for videos and information about what should I bring to Bora Bora, I'm going to make a separate video saying, here are the things that you should absolutely bring to Bora Bora, and here are the things that maybe you don't need so much. So that'll be a separate video, more for people who are just planning a vacation and not necessarily people who know who the heck Monique Parent is. So if that is something interesting to you, look for it. Bora Bora is definitely a romantic place. It is the perfect honeymoon destination. It is the perfect anniversary vacation, the perfect place to celebrate an event, the perfect place to celebrate with the love of your life. But it also is a good place for anybody who just wants a vacation. I've seen a number of, women in pairs that I don't think are couples, that I think they're just friends. And, I've seen plenty of couples, just women friends, going on a trip together. And I think this is definitely a place you could do that. It's not a party scene. It's not a pickup scene. It's not a singles place. But if you just want to get away with a girlfriend and not have that element and just relax and hang out with a really great friend, Bora Bora is a place you can do that. I used to travel many times years ago with a girlfriend of mine, and sometimes we'd find it a little invasive when we'd just be having girl time and some guy's got to come in and like get all like, hey ladies, can I buy you a drink? It's like, you don't get that vibe here. If you wanted to just get away with your sister, with your mother, with your best friend, this is a really great vacation spot where you can really sort of keep to yourself. There's not really a party vibe here. At 9 p.m. you can kind of feel the place shutting down. In fact, the very first night we arrived, I woke up, well, we sat on the beach, felt a little displaced for a while, sat on the beach because we couldn't get into our room. Then we finally got into our room and we had a couple of cocktails, and as often happens after a couple of cocktails, I am down for a nap, and I did not wake up from that nap until 11:30 p.m. And we got up and we walked around the resort, and it was really kind of fun because there was no one around. It was deserted. And it was so quiet and so peaceful. And we could look up at the stars, and they were so amazing. And it's definitely not a party place. If you're looking for clubs, you're looking for dancing, you're looking for a big wild woohoo, go to Mexico. This is not that place. This is not that vibe. This is, you're usually up in the morning about 6 or 7 a.m. because it gets light early, and you go to bed early. It's just a very relaxing vacation, but not a party place. We went back and forth between the two restaurants, and the food was always delicious, very light and fresh seafood. We did sort of wish that we had more restaurant choices just to have a little bit more variety during our stay, but the food was so fresh and so delicious and so very, very expensive. It's the trip of a lifetime. If you've been thinking about Bora Bora and wondering, should I? It is everything that you think it's going to be. It is absolutely paradise, and probably the best vacation of my life. Well, it is the best vacation of my life, but I have a lot of living left to go, so we may top it. You never know. I love you bunches. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and thank you for coming to Bora Bora with me. Oh, hit subscribe.